Oh, lovely. So I'm going to start sitting cross-legged, whichever position is comfortable for you. We're going to do a little bit of a warm-up for the neck and shoulders on the floor. If you are cross-legged, do it the other way around, so we're different. But again, if you'd rather sit here or on the knees, whatever works for you. And we still want to think of our posture pulling up nice and tall. So our shoulders are over our hips, our ears are over our shoulders. We're nice and lengthened. Just have your hands wherever it's comfortable. Nice deep breath in, through the nose and out through the mouth. And the breath in is like you're breathing right into your belly. And as you breathe out, you're squeezing everything out. So you're engaging on the out breath. One more. Lovely. Let's just circle. So particularly good this workout if you sit down a lot or perhaps work from home and your desk isn't your desk anymore and you're suddenly working, sitting on a dining room chair, change direction, your desk's not the right height, your laptop might be lower than usual. So we really want to strengthen the back, neck and shoulders and stretch them out a lot as well. Let's take the ear to shoulder, but you might just be a bit stiff anyway. So this is really going to loosen up the back, mobility wise, and strengthen it. Lovely, and tip. 2. Let's hold over to the right. I'm going to use 2 fingers, gently lengthen. Just to add a bit more to this, I'm going to sit on this hand. I'm just going to slide it underneath. It just helps pull that shoulder down a little bit. If that's not comfortable, just work with whatever works for you. And just sort of use it to give a little bit of extra stretch. That's nice. Keeping breathing. Just adding into this stretch a bit. Can we rotate down? Still use your fingers just to give a little bit of stretch. And then we can rotate up as well. Again, just do what's comfortable for your body. Might have some stiffness in that neck, so don't force it. Oh, lovely, and release. Let's change sides. To the other side, gently lengthen. Again, sit on your hand, whichever way up your palm is more comfortable. I tend to sit on mine palm down, but don't squash your hand. Just a little bit of a pull. Oh, lovely. Breathing into it, lovely stuff. Let's look down towards the armpit again, just still stretching the neck, just feeling it slightly change, moving around a bit. And then we can rotate and look up. Oh, that's nice, it really stretches. I get a lot of neck issues, long neck, I think. Lots of these every day, it does really help. Lovely. Just a little bit more into the shoulders. We're not really doing the shoulders today, but it's good to get them warm and open the chest a little bit. Let's have those arms up here. And we're just going to take them down. So it's just to rotate the cuff and take them up. It opens the chest a little bit and down. And let's do one at a time and look as well. So we're warming up head, neck by looking side to side. And this is nice and gentle with the arms. Again, not really much with the arms today and shoulders, mostly all upper back, lower back. And hold both arms back. Lovely. Squeeze the shoulders together. Lovely. Then we're going to do a little spine twist. So I like to keep the body moving, keep this still. So if you've got your arms here, you tend to move your arms and not your body. So if you stick your hands together and stick your thumbs on your chest, put them underneath your chin, try not to let your chin come forward. So it's really just to keep yourself still, however you do it. Pulling up nice and tall, shoulders down, and we just twist. And come back. So your fingers, your chin isn't resting on your fingers. Still thinking of lengthening. This is just so we can get some mobility in the spine, twist into the side. Not much mobility in this upper back because you've got the shoulders and the rib cage. And we're trying to get some movement here, twisting, and the head moves with it so we don't overturn the neck, just the spine. Once more. Lovely, and release, good. Roll the shoulders. Again, we want to get some flexion in the spine to the side. So I'm just going to take the hand down, reach up and just lean over. So a little bit of a side bend. Also, you're getting a stretch down here. Don't let your bottom lift. Keep it on the floor. You can reach as far as you want, whatever works for you. Just letting the head gently, neck gently bend here. Lovely, and let's change sides. Reach up and leaning over, lovely. Lovely stuff. Release, and let's just put the feet together, really just rounding the back, leaning forward. So just a bit of a, like a forward bend really. And then come up. Breathe in. It's like a roll down. You're sitting down. So chin down, round the back, and just reaching forward. If your knees aren't comfortable like that, you can stay cross-legged. It's really just to get a little bend in that spine. One more. Lovely. I'm going to do some very minor bits on all fours. So we'll just give the wrist a little circle. They don't need a huge warm-up. Just a little cat stretch, really. Change direction. And then just a little stretch. Again, I'll give you some options for your hands on all fours, but this is a good one. Let's just pull forward, round that back, tuck the chin in, stretch the shoulder blades apart. And release, lovely. So on all fours, I'm going to do cat stretch. Oh, my head's chopped off. So we want your hands under your shoulders. If you've got any wrist problems, you can go into what I call gorilla pose, where your hands are like that. And then your wrists are nice and straight. It's often the flexibility that causes the pain, not the actual strength. You really want to avoid your shoulders creeping in. So they've got to be down and back and nice and strong. Lengthening the head. Breathe in and out. And we're going to arch, lift the chest this way and arch the lower back. Shoulders back. And then reverse. We round the mid-back. And the chin tucks in, and we breathe out. Breathing in. And out. And then let those shoulders come up to the ears. Push them down all the time. Even when you're rounding this way, shoulders stay down. So it's not up here, shoulders down. Few more. Breathing in. This is getting some nice movement in the spine, bending one way, bending the other way, getting a nice stretch. Last one. Let's sit back into child pose and just really round that lower back. This is a nice stretch for your lower back. Lovely. So again, another one on all fours. This is about some rotation again. So you're going to take the right hand to the head, doesn't matter which one it is really, we're gonna change sides. And we're gonna open up, and then you're gonna take your elbow down towards the floor. And open up. Try to keep this arm straight so that you're not doing a push-up, you're trying to get some rotation and you're twisting the body and reaching down. So it's opening and closing. And be mindful of your hips behind you. You don't want them going all over the place. So again, you're really working the spine. So this is our base move. I'm going to add on to this a little bit. Don't want to spend too long on this left wrist. If you want to add on, you can open the arm and reach up and thread through. When you thread through, you can bend the arm and reach up, thread through. Otherwise, if you don't bend that left arm, it's not going to get very far. Reach up, follow the hand with the head, one more. Lovely. Let's sit back into child pose, give the arm a rest. Let's change sides. So other hand to temple, open up. Try not to let your hips go. So your hips stay still, move the body away. And then come back down and open. And using breath. Breathe in as you open, breathe out as you close. When you close, you're squashing everything. When you're breathing in, you're opening everything. Really try and get that elbow back. Last two. Last one, and then we're going to open up or continue if you want to stay as you are, or open up the arm, reach up, bend, reach through. Breathe, make a nice fluid movement. A tiny bit of work going on in this right elbow, not too much, two more. Last one, and rest, lovely. Okay, next exercises are going to be on our tummies. So the feet are just lying down behind. All about the arms today, make sure you've got room in front of you. So I want to have your hands under your shoulders and your elbows in. So, and your shoulders are away. So really just thinking of that motion at the moment. Your neck is long, squeeze the tummy in, squeeze the bottom, and just really get these shoulders back and create space between the shoulders and the ears. So draw, you can almost draw the hands back, elbows back as you're holding something under your arm, and just breathe in, small lift and lower. So your hands are still here, we'll engage, shoulders back, lift. I know, so you should really feel this. It's only a small movement, but really engage those shoulders and squeeze those arms back. Imagine you're holding those newspapers. Using breath. If we want to add on, we can take those hands off the floor slightly. Still as you lift, squeeze back. Really squeeze the elbows back on the lift. Squeeze, so squeeze your shoulder blades together as well. Squeeze the tummy, don't push on your belly. Leave those feet on the floor. 3 more. Lovely. Just pushing back, giving yourself a little rest in child pose for a moment. Reach the arms forward, stretch through those shoulders. Giving the wrists a little stretch. We'll do one more thing on all fours. We're going to give us a bit of a break so we're not always on all fours. And then we'll go back on our tummies. So this one, again, having your hands here if you want. Nice and still. What I want to do is take the elbow, same motion, take your elbow back, and then let it release. Take it back, let it release a little bit. Take it back, let it release a little bit, and back. So it's really small, but it's that same thing as squeeze that shoulder back. You haven't got the other shoulder to squeeze it against, but you're just really working one side. Now I want you to extend the arm, so it's like a tricep extension. The elbow stays in the air, extend, and you're pushing your shoulder away, keeping your chest flat, so you don't want to rotate. Extend and extend. 4 more here, again thinking of your posture, your hips are above your knees, your tummy is tight. 2 more, then we leave it up, and it's tiny pulses up for 2. For 3, lovely. Lengthen that neck, keep strong that hand, and release. Let's just give that arm a little stretch through here. And another little release stretch, just up and over the head. It's just really releasing that tricep muscle. I'm going to do the same on the other side. I'll spin around so you can see me. You can just use the different arm. So on all fours, and we're going to get that arm and make sure the shoulder is down, squeeze back and in. So it's a small lift and in. So it's a little bit into the arms, but it's really working that back muscle, squeezing that shoulder blade, squeezing that tummy, using the breath. So these are sort of real postural muscle workouts, really helping support that shoulder girdle. It's important for holding those handbags as well as keeping our body upright. Let's extend and keep it in. Extend and keep it in. Extend. Extend. 4 more. 3, 2, and 1. And pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slide it through. And then just a little tricep stretch. I am going to, might as well face this way now while I'm here. Same thing, back on our tummies. My feet are just pointing to the corner of the mat. Hands here again. Lengthen the neck, shoulders back, squeeze the tummy in, squeeze the bottom. And we're going to lift. I've got the hands off and I'm going to reach forward, pull in and down. If you want to, you could just lift and slide on the floor. But if you want to, and you've got no back problems, reach in and lower. So we just don't want to push up really high and then do that. So work at your level, but really think of lifting, the shoulders are back, reach forward, you squeeze back and you lower. Reach, lift, squeeze and lower. So you really squeeze those shoulders, you really feel them. Lift, squeeze the tummy, squeeze the bottom. 3 more. 2 more. 1 more. Really feel that in my shoulders, especially it's like your trapezius muscle around here. So we'll give that a good stretch at the end. Stretch out. How are we doing? Doing well, doing well. Lovely. We've got 1 more on our tummy. Arms in a different position this time. Arms are behind us. So I like to call this Superwoman because it's like you're flying through the air, or Superman, or super person, whatever you want to be. Reach back, lift up. And we're just going to pulse the arms. So your neck is nice and long. So we don't want to have your chin lifted or too tucked in. You're looking straight down at the floor, reaching behind you, squeezing your bottom, squeezing the tummy, pulling your belly in, and pulse. We're going to carry on pulsing, but we're going to change the arms. So instead of up and down, try and take your thumbs together. Your arms are going to bend a little bit, that's fine. Just try and pulse behind you. Try and get your thumbs reaching. Reach the shoulders back. Last 8 and 7. And squeeze. 5 and 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Well done. And sit back. Stretch that back out. 1 more to do on our fronts. A bit more of a mobility exercise. Oh, I really feel that that's nice in my shoulders. Okay, this one, a bit of a stretch here. On the tummy, on the elbows. So all we're going to do is push 1 elbow straight and you're going to look over that shoulder. Then you're going to push the other elbow straight and look over the shoulders. It's really small. All I'm doing is just getting a sort of rotation and a look. Again, this is all about spinal mobility here. Not pushing up particularly high, just literally my elbows under my shoulders, straight and twist. If your arm doesn't straighten, don't worry. If you only lift a little bit, work with your mobility. Try to lead with your shoulder and let your head follow. Try not to crane your neck all the way around. Just go with where your head is comfortable. Once more. Lovely. Then let's sit back for a last time. I'm going to change position. I'm going to turn around and lie down on our backs. This trousers is falling down, sorry, I'm fidgeting. Okay, just a few nice things for the back before we do anything. Just pull in 1 knee at a time, pull it in. And release, and then pull, and release. A couple more of these. So be mindful of your feet. Where are they landing? You want them to be parallel, in line with your sitting bones. So sort of bones you can feel at the back, your hips. That's where we want your feet to be. If you're not sure, you can always take your feet together and just toes, heels. Having your heels relatively close, because we're going to lift up and do a few bridges to really work this sort of lower back section and all around here. So lengthen the neck. Good to do with your hands. If you find this uncomfortable to hold, just pop a little pillow to give you a little bit, not too high, because you don't want to put a, you know, angle in the neck. Shoulders down. Breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth. So we're in neutral spine. So neutral, hands together, thumbs together, create a diamond, put them in your belly button, lie them down, have a look. If they're flat, you're in neutral. If you're here, you're imprinted. If you're here, then you're arched. So it's like a flat level is where your neutral spine usually is. You've got a little gap, but you're pulling your abs in. Breathe in, you can use your hand, press your abdominals down, flatten the back into the floor. So don't push with the feet. You can see your tummy is shaking to hold yourself down. Breathe in, release. Breathe out, flatten the back into the floor. Even imagine you're taking the weight off the heels and you're just pushing here. And you can really feel those abdominals working. Keep the neck long, release. Do another one, push down. Back into the floor. Feet are very light as if you're going to lift them. Really feel that tummy work and release. This time we're going to lift the hips. Breathe in, breathe out. Flatten the back into the floor. Peel, press all the way to the ribs and then start to lift. Keep the knees together. So the ball of the foot, just press on that and just take those knees in. And we're not pushing here. That's down, that's up. So we're flat. Neck is long. Breathe in at the top, roll down. So you feel a little bit of cramp there. Just have a little one of them. Bring your feet a bit closer to you if you're feeling cramped. Breathe in, breathe out. Curling up. We're not going to be adding any legs today because we're not really doing a butt workout. That's on Friday. If you do want to add some arms, breathe out, curling up. So this is pelvic stability, this exercise, but it's working in lower back as well. But all of this is relaxed. The only thing that's working is here to here. As you roll down, really curl that back so you get all of that spine into the floor. Before you go back to neutral, let's do two more. Roll down. Let's do one more. Hold. Let's just do some little pulses, squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze. Squeeze the knees together, squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze, and then the bum, squeeze and squeeze, squeeze and squeeze, then the knees, squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and roll down. And hands down, bring the knees in. And the other one, little roll round. Do a very quick hamstring stretches to release that before we go on to a few more back sort of stretches really. So one leg down, one leg lift. Just give it a little kick back and forth just to release that leg. Flex if you can and then hold. Just up here is going to be fine. You don't need to pull it in towards you. Just have a little flex. A kind of flex is like flossing your brain's gone dead, sciatic nerve. Lovely. Let's do the other side. There's just a little wiggle, kick in and out, and then hold. Just flex that foot on down. It just releases the back of those legs where we've just been really pulling on the muscle tight. Lovely. Okay. So this, I'm going to do hands to the side. Let your knees go side to side. And let's let the knees just fall one way, just for a few seconds. So we're going to change and add on to this. And then lift and go the other way. So just a nice and gentle, seeing how that feels. If you want to stay with that, got any twinges, stay there. If you feel comfortable with that, you can pick your knees up, hands to the side, and let your knees go over. So much deeper stretch. Your legs will just go where they want to go when they get there. Keeping your other shoulder down. If you're comfortable, look the other way. Really try and press that shoulder down. And then squeeze the tummy. Let's lift one knee at a time. Come back to center. Bring them in. And then let them go the other side. So taking your knees almost towards your elbow. You really get a good lower back stretch. Keeping this shoulder down and look towards that arm. Lovely. Doing well for time. A few more minutes. Lovely. Come back. So I'm going to do a stretch, which is it's predominantly for our chest, but having a chest stretch is really important because the way we sit, we're always rounded, so everything here gets squashed, so we want to open this up, and that ultimately helps your back. So it's one on the front. So the way we're going to do this, walk away all that time down there. What I want to do is you have one arm out to the side, so just there, I've got the left arm out to the side, this one is here, and I'm going to put my head the other way, and I'm just going to push. This hand is pushing. So this arm is on the floor, this shoulder, and I'm stretching it. If I can, so my left arm's down, my right hand is pushing. Is this right leg? You could lift this up and take that back if your body's going to allow it. It just really rotates you. It pushes the weight into the shoulder. You can rest the head. So you've got a stretch in the front of your hip, stretching that shoulder. Let's release. Should have done the other way first. So I'm going to have my right arm out to the side, my left hand on the floor, and I'm pushing this way. So I've got to roll the body and push back. So then I can start to lift that leg and use that to pull me back even more. But again, if you want to, just keep your legs here and just push. That could be enough of a stretch. If you want to, that leg will just pull it back more. You're stretching here, and it's the one that's on the floor, and your head is just resting. And just push. It's a really nice chest opener. Might feel a bit tangled. It's a good one. We'll almost get a stretch into that tummy as well, which is nice just here. Oh, lovely stuff. Let's gently come back to the center. Just have your head on your hands, feet lifted, and just crisscross them. Just sort of gently opens up the hips a little bit. And then have them together and just let them go side to side. So knees and heels together, just very gently. Just loosening up that lower back. And then feet down. Let's slowly push back. Let's come into a nice child pose. We'll do 2 different styles of child pose. So the first one will reach the arms forward, open the knees so you get a nice stretch in the shoulders. And then the second one is just a bit more of a relaxation pose. For a few seconds. Gently come up to sitting. I just want to stretch that neck once more each side. There's a lot on that upper body. Again, opposite knee in front, opposite leg. Just the neck stretch. We do a lot with these traps, and that's what. Also, your head's very heavy. So you spend a lot of work down here. It's all of these muscles at the back that get sore, and you tend to get that feeling when you know you turn your head. You're like, ah. That's what that is. So these exercises, very good. Lengthen, sit on this one, just hold, lovely. I've gone over by a few minutes, but I was a few minutes, oh no, just on 31. That's fine. I started a bit late because I didn't have my iPad stand. Oh, lovely. Change sides. So tomorrow, can't believe how quick the weeks are going. Tomorrow is arms, so I think we'll do arms again with some weights. Probably do maybe some more shoulder work, a bit vary it this time, with or without weights, or bring tins of beans. I did use 2 kilogram weights last week, they were too heavy, I had to put them down. So it's a bit of, we'll use it for some and not for others. Let's just have a little stretch in. and up and down and change and center and breath to finish. Stretch back, cross your arms, give yourselves a pat on the back. Thank you so much, everyone. I shall stop recording, turn the sound on if anyone's got any questions. Otherwise, hope to see you 3 o'clock tomorrow for arms.